And it is just going to be all about one step at a time here for Loyalty. A good opportunity to test their limits here. Reject, though, looking to just keep the streak going here. A solid performance on day one from them, looking much better this group stage than they did in the preseason group stage. So looking to go ahead and let the entirety of the Asia region know it's not going to be the same time around this time, you guys.
No, they're going to be running it in a whole other way this time around, and I'm so ready to see exactly what these teams can do as we see our double-sided gambit all over again. A dinosaur going to be protected through here. What will Reject match with? Likely the Mantis, likely the Black Cat, maybe? Okay, Black Cat is out of play.
Yeah, no shocker here. They're going to take that one-sided as well. So we are going to see some Felicia Hardy from Reject in this first go-round here. Dino saved for Loyalty, so going to hit the ground running with some Devil Dinosaur plays for sure. Ball is back in Loyalty's court here. They might take that Devil Dino one-sided here, so looking for any kind of advantage they can build themselves here, even before boots hit the pavement for this matchup. And it is going to be on Hell's Heaven, so definitely check your corners, watch your flanks here. Reject probably going to be looking to take advantage of some of that jump scare potential that comes with a map like Hell's Heaven. It's Mantis, though, banned out by both sides in that simultaneous ban. So again, you know, nobody going too crazy here. Very similar notes as we have seen all throughout stage one here in Asia.
Yeah, just going to be a draft of replication. You know, going to be a lot of the same into this one, but we do see the next Protect coming through now from Reject, and it will be the Phoenix for Brownie there. They're going to be looking good on that one. We'll see another ban over the top, though. What could it be?
Yeah, definitely a high caliber weapon for Brownie there. Phoenix already strong enough in almost anyone's hands this season, but especially for Brownie here, a big pickup for Reject. Between the Black Cat and the Phoenix, they've got the duelists figured out already for themselves here, but the question now is, what are they going to do in terms of strategists? Gambit, Mantis, Rocket, all taken off the table by Loyalty, but they are going to take the Phoenix mirror here, so it is going to be dueling Jean Greys yet again here on map number one. Rocket ban hovered by Reject here, kind of flipping through the strategists, seeing who do we try to ban out. I don't think the Rocket is necessarily a bad play here per se, but it's really up to them. This is the last ban, and then we're ready to roll out here for map number one.
Ooh, I'm ready to see the rollout from Yaki on the Spider-Man there. Maybe hearing my plead for Sungjuk Woo to bring that out in the last series, and now Yaki's looking to bring it out in this one. I love the hovers coming out from Bum Hyung there as well. The Namor would be something. We haven't seen a Namor in ages. I'd love to see a bit of Namor break back in there, but not today. Not this season, at least. For now, though, we do see our heroes locked in on both sides. So final selections breaking through before we get into our spawn areas here. And Loyalty looking pretty good. You know, they've got the Rocket out. They're ready to play into that one. Bring out the Dino. So not too shabby on their side of things here.
No, not a bad draft for them at all. There are a couple of issues, I think, with Reject here, of course. Brownie getting that Phoenix. No shocker that that's probably coming out of the gate here, but curious to see what Reject does here. They had some pretty unorthodox strats in a store on Hell's Heaven map number one yesterday, too, so maybe gonna look for something you wouldn't expect to see from a team like Reject. But one more time here, day two in Asia. We're back to the Charteris Hydra base for another round of Hell's Heaven, another round of domination. Looking for Loyalty to come out of the gate here and get some fight wins, take an objective or two here just to get that ball rolling. But to start things off, Joey on the Strange Portal.
Yeah, ready to dive straight in, scout out where their enemies are, and see if they can divide up the strategist line here. I like that teams are still playing into stuff like this, you know, just trying to get a good scope over how their enemy is approaching the game and see if they can isolate things out, play in into something more there. Love to see Gambo bring out the Storm for a second there as well, going for that early play. Unfortunately, Storms are gone just as quick as it came in, so Lightning strikes once and see you later. But time to jump in to the initial fight here, and Joey taking a lot of punishment.
I do like the positioning here from Loyalty, though. They drop the Strange Portal on the high ground, give some safe space for your strategist to do some healing. No, Gamebo gonna take it right to him here again, getting the first blood against Gargoyle. Yaki gonna respond in kind, though. 1 KO for the Black Cat against Bumyoung. Make it 2 here, a double KO after JZ goes down. Necrobe, though, does have the Deadpool all ready to go. That was pretty quick here, Blake, and you might miss it, but not a bad start for Loyalty here. They made some progress, just not able to find a way to clinch this one. There it is. The first flip goes to Loyalty here.
Oh my days. We may yet have spoken something into existence here. Lastro, though, not going to be allowing anything further, as they will find 3 KOs across them. And now layering things down a bit by bit. And just as quick as they got it, Reject will take it straight back. And they're looking to force their way up a little bit as well here. You know, getting closer and closer to this one. Not ready to concede any further ground towards Loyalty here. But I like the change up towards the strat pool for them for Necrobe there. I think the strat pool hasn't seen as much play these days, but it could be the answer that they're hoping for.
Yeah, just looking for some kind of ace in the hole here, an X factor to catch Reject by surprise here. A little bit of a slower rollout. Loyalty taking their time here as Reject taking the lead on the capture progress. Now they're looking for a way in the door here. JZ taking a little bit of high ground, healing him as Loyalty will invade here. Lastro's got a fate of both worlds. Brownie goes up for that Insong Inferno, comes down and will find one, taking down the strat pool. Necro back to spawn here as Loyalty throw down everything they've got, empty the bank account here. It's a 1-for-1 though. Brownie and Gamebo gonna find some dueling KOs here. Yaki's got that calling card movement and got 1 KO. Piggy as well on the Freedom Charge here, finding 1. Yaki making a double KO there for that Black Cat. Chaos here, but Reject reigns supreme here, 60% and still on the move.
Yeah, pure chaos, but no Scarlet Witch. Maybe we'll see the reality erasure in another timeline here. Take it slow, take it easy for the moment. Loyalty trying their best to play a very tight line of sight there. Love that from Bumyoung there. Does have the Insong Inferno at the ready as well. Joey could elevate the fight with the Freedom Charge here. Reject only have the Kumio Unleashed to kind of deal with it right now. So there actually is a way forward for Loyalty here, but they've got a few tools they're going to have to commit in order to make it work. So Freedom Charge coming in right now from Joey. Starting there. Song strong. Sungwoo hasn't actually brought out the Kumio Unleashed though, so they're not trading all for Ultim to this one until things get really desperate. And last row going down, desperate times could rise up. There we go, Kumio Unleashed coming out of it. Gargoyle going down though, Necro bringing things out as well. Vital Exam there and ready to slice and dice their way forward. Boundary coming out as well. Okay, this one looking a little bit closer, Dyer.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of respect given by Reject to this Loyalty team. They invade onto the point here. They've got plenty of boots planted on to try and make the flip. In overtime now as Brownie going up for an Insong Inferno comes down, gets some damage, a lot of Loyalty at half health or lower, but they're able to get the back up. Joey needs a little bit of a heal there as well, focusing down that front line for now. There's the Invisible Boundary for Loyalty here, some safe space to fight, but Lastro in response, throwing down that dance floor. Club is open here for Reject as they are going to battle back here. Gargoyle on the point and back with a vengeance here. Takes down the Invis and that boundary is gone. Calling card again from Yaki and a Freedom Charge from Piggy as well. Plenty of overheals here for Reject as they are going to look to close this out. Though Loyalty not ready to give up the fight just yet. They're Joey on the cap trying to keep it alive, but Gargoyle lasers him down on the Emma Frost. Throws down the Sidex Seduction for good measure. Trying to finish off the last couple standing members of Loyalty here and close out this first point. But Loyalty again, a scrappy team here. They're not quite out of the fight just yet. Staggered out though. Bumyoung going to be on his way back to the fight. Piggy will find Gamebo here, and Reject still not able to close the door quite yet here.
Yeah, they're being so tenacious, aren't they? You know, they've got the Strange on lock, they've got everything on lock, but Brownie being uncontested is just opening up a shooting gallery over the mission area. A quad KO. Enjoy the show, folks. That's curtains on our first objective there, and Reject take away. They defrost the frozen airfield, and we're moving on to the Eldritch Monument.
Yeah, Brownie burning bright with a Quadra KO to wrap it up and still holding the Insong Inferno. So Reject coming in with a bit of an alt advantage here. Lastro's not too far off. Fate of both worlds as well. So they've got some things to work with right out of the gate here. And, you know, Reject, of course, every time they capture the point, it is all about that forward pressure. Gas pedal to the metal for them every single time, just trying to create that space, buy themselves plenty of time to make it that much harder for Loyalty to contest in the first place. But quite a battle of attrition between these two teams on that first point. Loyalty putting up a fight for sure, never able to make the flip again in their direction, but obviously clean slate here for point number 2. Reject, though, they want to close this one out early, I'm sure.
Yeah, they want to close it out as quick as they possibly can, I'm sure of that. And see just how they look to achieve it, as will be seeking their path forward or in the same to just tame the beast, if you will. Push it up from the side here. Piggy playing their role well, you know, they take to the high ground, ready to scout out information. They found the whole damn team, so they will be forced to retreat off that angle, but at least now they can go for some flanks around this one. Already prepared to shut down Jay-Z there and ready to keep it on lock.
Yeah, I mean, these teams really understand the value of that intel. A lot of them trying to do some scouting mid-fight here. We've seen that all night long, and Reject no strangers to that, as well as Piggy picks up the first KO here, drawing first blood as Brownie using that In-Song Inferno early on here. Gamebo in trouble, and Seunghoon will find the KO. Piggy and Lastro in the feed, as well as Reject looking to take a very solid first point here. It's a Ponage Pound from Necro, just trying to keep Loyalty in the fight, as is Ananix here, trying to get that Dino moving here, shaking the screen and the ground here, but it is no good in the face of Brownie and Piggy as well. More KOs for Reject here, and they'll grab that first cap. A solid start here on point number 2.
Yeah, looking good in the beginning there, and they've got a few more tools they can commit in order to hold down this mission area as well. And Piggy could just get up in their face again, just buzzing around them like a bee right now, saying, hey, look at me! And there will be now making that even more apparent, starting off the fight with the Freedom Charge there. Yaki barging into it, looking to force them back. It's Piggy, and again, they force the issue all the way back into damn Spawn. Joey not going to be able to run it around the back either, so Reject are just going to command the space there and retrace their steps.
Yeah, I mean, a kind of a cheeky back cap attempt there by Joey on the Captain America. Almost made it too, but a quick rotate from Reject. They are light and fast on their feet every single time. Now almost 50% of the way captured here. Looking clean, and Brownie looking to get even more numbers up here. Headshot on the Gamebo to finish him off, and Yaki as well picking up another one. Loyalty just don't have a leg to stand on here on point number 2. Every single member of Reject getting theirs, and Seunghoon finding a way into the KO feed yet again. Gargoyle finding one, and Loyalty just can't get out the front door.
Yeah, not able to open the door this time. Maybe need to reconsider how they will approach this one. Maybe they need to break the damn door down, get the thing out there and charge through. They need something at this point. They've got almost a full kit of ult. And they are starting off with the Freedom Charge here, so ready to barge into the fight. Not going to say goodnight. Dance floor going to be pushed down as well, so trading ult for ult onto this one. See if they can win it out, though. The CYA comes up, but Reject have already found the opening KOs in the show, and even close to being done.
Yeah, close quarters combat here, and far away from the capture point. 95% as the members of Loyalty try to run it down to get that OT proc here. Reject find the KOs. I don't think there's a member. No, they do manage to get the overtime here. Wumhyung does have a strange portal up and running for this team, but overtime ticking away, and though they get the OT, it never stops burning here. The wick empty, and Reject taking a dominant position here on domination. Hell's Heaven 2-0.
Yeah, going to be a solid position to push themselves into there. You know, a grand start to this series here. Be very proud of themselves with how they've managed to commit early onto this one. There were some little moments, I'd say, for Loyalty as well. You know, I think that the fact that they took first capture over the mission area there on the first objective was pretty good. Like, I think that was a good start from them. Obviously, Reject just a very quick team to analyze a way out of that predicament, and they swooped it straight back. But the fact that Loyalty are finding little moments like that does give hope that there's still a path for them, you know, in order to build themselves up as a team.
There definitely is something there. I mean, we're talking about fighting the #1 team in the region, the defending preseason champs. Anything you can get off of them is something to take note of, especially for a team like Loyalty going through a big rework coming into this stage. I mean, there is definitely something here. You want to see how they fare against kind of the mid-card or lower down the list in Asia, because they've had tough matchup after tough matchup so far early on here in stage 1. But it is Reject taking a very solid position here off of Hell's Heaven. I mean, you know, point number one, there was some back and forth for sure. But point two, it was 0 to 100. They did manage to get the overtime going for Loyalty, but, you know, there was just nobody there to try and hold it. And, you know, Reject had them pushed all the way up to spawn for quite a while there. Again, that forward pressure we see from Reject, they are absolutely relentless. Once they get a hold of an objective, it is tough to convince them to let go.
Yeah, they just lock their jaws into it and will be able to hold tight all the way through into that one. So it'll be a very, very commanding pursuit of victory there. You know, Loyalty not going to be able to stand tall into that one, forced to fall down, and we'll be moving on towards a second map in the competition right on the other side of this break. Everybody, don't go anywhere.
Fortune. You crossed my path! Gotcha!
Hellfire!
Okay, that's game one. Very clinical, very well done from Reject's side. So, boys, what's the secret sauce here for Reject? How is a team like Loyalty pinned down in spawn with 6 ultimates and still can't take a single pick? Matsy, go first.
Yeah, I think that Reject just have the recipe there. You know, they're able to shut them down in pretty much every single way. Like, the problem is that Loyalty don't have, I guess, as much time together as what Reject have as a holistic roster there. And so some of the fundamentals are kind of slipping through the cracks at the best of times. And because of that, Reject are just elevating themselves, like you saw in some of the big moments there, particularly on one of those objectives. The Brownie was just left unchecked and managed to lock in a quad just by sitting on the side of the mission area there, and no one was able to stop them at all. Like, they just stood there like a statue or a turret and just pelted down absolute hellfire.
So you think it might be more of a fundamental issue instead of like communication or macro?
I think it could be everything, honestly. I think that it could be like everything, because the veterancy of Reject as a roster, it's just overwhelming, right? I think that Loyalty need to take what they can out of this one to try and find a way forward here, but it is a grim outlook.
I am just so happy we're not going to Museum of Contemplation. We're going to Hollow to Jolly instead. So this is the first time, at least in a while, very much today, that our second map is Convergence. I truly was not expecting that. Diatonic, is this maybe just like... this has to be just like a Hail Mary.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's kind of looking for that X factor, something out of left field to throw Reject off their game, to give them a little bit of an upper hand. And, you know, we haven't seen a lot of Hollow to Jalia lately, so maybe banking on that not being one of the most popular map picks and seeing Reject not play on it as much. But time will tell here, because it is not long before we get rollout here on map 2.
I mean, dang, man, do you think it's going to work?
I think it is a big Hail Mary from them. I mean, at this point, you know, going for the sideways map pick is definitely a signal of we're not sure how to handle this matchup. And to answer your previous question as we get into picks and bans here, I agree with Nazi. It's definitely a combination of how veteran Reject are, because they've been in Ignite plenty, versus Loyalty, where a lot of these players are still kind of new to the scene, but it's also the rebuild on top of it. It's still trying to build that chemistry and come together. And I mean, honestly, if you want a very straightforward answer, it's Piggy, man. It's Piggy. We're talking about all gas, no brakes from Reject on that forward pressure, but the one in the driver's seat, the one foot on the pedal, is Piggy. On that cap, he is running it down the lane every single time. As soon as they got control of the objective, you know, Piggy is going to be moving on up, putting up the shields for the team to just follow him in, and from there, it is just domination left and right here. So Reject ready to go here for map 2. Pretty standard stuff here. Very early Phoenix ban from Loyalty. Cannot let Brownie have that one again.
No, especially after what they locked down, like on that point there, it just, yeah, no, they don't want to deal with that again. But I mean, they've still got so many other options. You know, it plays into what I've been saying time and time again tonight. No matter what duelist you ban out, there's always another one that they can play. And especially against a team like Reject there, they're just going to reject your ban and get out an even better character.
Yeah, they will play right on through. No doubt about that. Manta's banned out again here on both sides of the board, so no soul resurgences in sight here. And yeah, definitely interested to see where Brownie goes from here. Actually, Loyalty gonna make it a little bit of a late one-sided Phoenix, so they will have Jean Grey, but no such luck for Reject here. They also banned out the Luna Snow against Loyalty, so no Fate of Both Worlds for them here. Both teams got one ban left. Reject one save as well here. Maybe the Rocket, not a bad pick, especially considering there's a Phoenix on the board here. Some oversight from Insong Inferno, but yeah, tough one here on map number 2 for Loyalty.
Yeah, tough one on the way through here. We are going to see the Luna locked down on the Protect right now, so that's going to be good for Reject. And having a single-sided rocket, if Loyalty don't ban it, that is kind of terrifying, especially on this map, because Reject can just continually contest the mission area. You know, even if one of them goes down, gets KO'd out, they just bring them right back. And especially if they play into a composition with Adam, it's just full Reject cycle there. They do ban out the cap against them, so they have realized, you know, Piggy is him, but Piggy's hovering the dinosaur now.
Yeah, I mean, no doubts about it. You know, definitely a target ban, and yeah, Piggy is an absolute demon on the cap, so no shocker to see them pivoting to one of the big problems they faced on map number 1. So they're looking for some adjustments here, not throwing in the towel. They are going to play this one all the way out here, but yeah, they do get away with that one-sided rocket on the side of Reject. Yaki going to pick that up first, potentially. We'll see if they roll out on it, but yeah, map number 2, Hall of Djalia in the store here for us. Reject gonna be taking the first attack here, while Loyalty gonna try to hold them here and get on the board again. Loyalty still looking for their first map win here in Ignite. What a statement it would be to take it off of a team like Reject, but so far they have just not found the answers to get in the mix there. You know, again, some bright spots on point number 1 for domination, but since then it has been the Reject show nonstop.
Yeah, they reject everything that Loyalty's been trying to bring out there, so haven't been able to really stake their claim towards any semblance of success here. But now, Piggy was hovering over the Spidey there. I got a bit worried. Thought it's coming out somehow, someway today. No, not this time. So curious how things will work out for Loyalty, though. You know, they've brought out the Magneto this time. Do have the Devil Dinosaur alongside it, so could play a bit of a front-to-back centric composition here. Going to take the high ground early as well. Moonlight, an interesting one here too. But just looking to hold their position for the time being. See if they can create a point of fortification, if you will. They are already being forced back by Rejects there. Loyalty are playing a little bit scared.
Yeah, just kind of taking their time here, a little bit more methodical approach, battling for that high ground. Piggy on the Devil Dinosaur. Brownie going to be the first one to open it up here. May have taken away the Phoenix, but they did not take the Star-Lord here, nor did they take Black Cat away from Yaki. Big opener, triple KO there for Reject to start things off. Already making some big capture progress, making a quadra here. Yaki first moves into this matchup, and it is devastation to Loyalty here. Bumyoung going to get the portal for him, so they're going to have a chance to contest here yet again, but the question is, how can they stand up to Reject here?
Yeah, how can they stand up? How can they match them? Regeneration domain coming up, going down, and looking to burn their way through as well. I count Loyalty are playing around the portal here. Reject, they just play ring around the Rosie and will be able to get a KO, a Posey, and they all fall down. So, gonna be very happy with that one there. Reject, get it all done, and I'm terrified. They almost have all 6 ults. They didn't even really have to commit anything there, Dyer.
Oh, it was mostly Yaki, the driver here. Quadra on the Black Cat as the first fight unfolded there, and then just another KO out of nowhere. I mean, plenty of gold here. Flame Orb coming down as well, so gonna be looking to put down some sentries here. And Yaki's got the reply here to Joey on the Magneto this time around, putting down some damage. It's gonna be a hand of Khonshu from Gambo, though, to start things off, and Reject, they've got plenty of ults here. It's gonna be the Devil Beast Rampage from Piggy this time first, and Yaki's got a calling card here. Though Gargoyle shut down early after that Feast of the Abyss goes down, but it is a 1-for-4 here as Yaki again entirely uncontested on the Black Cat. Got the numbers of Loyalty, a triple KO. I believe that's 8 final hits now so far.
Oh yeah, they're just a final farmer into this one, and very curious how the records will go. We do jump into the last section, but it's going to be the Galactic Legend with the CYA there, ready to put themselves into play. Meteor came out, didn't enable them, and Exodus did find a Piggy though, but brought back by the BRB. It's going to be A-OK for Rejects right now. Exodus was good with the Devil Beast Rampage, but I mean, it will be still forcing the issue. Piggy going down for real this time though. Joey, good for that one. Necro does have God of Mischief at the ready as well. If they want to try and force things back here, and they kind of need whatever they can at this point in order to drain the time clock a little bit further down, because Reject just seem unstoppable on this push right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's the emergent issue here. 5 minutes on the clock for Reject after checkpoint number 2 secured so early here. Looking ahead at the finish line is Reject already. Fate of Both Worlds from Lastro. They are going to keep this push going. They'll get control of the mission vehicle yet again here. Oh, there is an Insong Inferno from Bumyoung as that Fate of Both Worlds goes down. I like the timing there. They're waiting for the last second of that dance floor, but it is unfortunately not enough to pick up the KOs here. Joey will find one on to Brownie, though it is going to be short-lived. That BRB ready to go, and Gargoyle fighting back in kind there, holding the Feast of the Abyss, and he's a little bit low there. Symbiotic Resilience running out, but he will walk away, and Reject healers on point here. Oh, he's going to take the risk, stay in the mix here. Devil Beast Rampage from Biggie now as Gambo's got a Kumio unleashed, but not enough to put a dent here in Reject. We'll find Lastro, but Gargoyle again just even it out, taking out Gambo as it goes back down to normal White Fox form here. Reject held a little bit short here, halfway to checkpoint number 3, but yeah, it is looking like a speed run here so far.
Yeah, I think they've got their full Formula R energy onto this one, and Exodus bringing out the Devil Beast Rampage as well. CYA coming at you with the Feast of the Abyss there, and they are eating good. JT going down, and calling card coming in from Yaki as well. Haven't been able to find the impact yet, but now they will step to the plate here and go swinging for the home run as they get plenty of KOs for them, and there's there, and they are forcing the enemy all the way back to spawn on this one. This is just terrifying. Again, continually pushing the issue here, and Reject might be able to dish it out to the end.
Yeah, Reject pretty much standing on Loyalty's doormat here. Galactic Legend going up for Brownie, but there is an invisible boundary here for Loyalty to try and protect themselves. They do get control of the mission vehicle and are starting to push it back. Brownie gets KO'd in midair, but taken up right by that BRB, so he's already here and ready for another brawl right back in the mix as Reject standing on the precipice of the closer here. Bumyoung, nice shot onto Brownie, though, finding the Star-Lord out of midair yet again, and that KO is confirmed confirmed here. No BRB, and Yaki gonna respond in kind though. Jay-Z taken down, so Invis out the equation, and Heel's in trouble here for Loyalty. Necrobe going low and going down as well, making a double KO for Yaki. The Black Cat moving insane here on Hall of Deucalia for Reject. Matter of time now. The body advantage big for Reject here as they got control of that vehicle yet again, and are just gonna look to push this thing over the finish line, courtesy of Brownie, Piggy, and Lastro back in the KO feed. Jay-Z gonna go down as well. Necrobe and Gamebo, the only ones left standing here, and they cannot stand up to Piggy on the Devil Dinosaur. Reject close it out. 2:03 still on the clock if they need it.
Oh my days. Gonna be plenty of time at their disposal there. Good job from Loyalty for running down the clock as much as they did, but unfortunately not enough to get a second win onto that one. And I gotta say, big focus from Yaki there, shutting down Necrobe just as they were about to bring out the God of Mischief towards the tail end of that fight there. Was really impressive. You know, you saw the switch up to Jeff. Unfortunately, not able to get much value out of Jeff in the end there. So Reject, they're just a well-oiled machine onto this one over and over again. So they'll be very happy with the result of their attacking phase there. And now we'll be looking to keep things locked down on their defensive side too.
Yeah, they've built themselves a really nice nest egg here. So if this does go to extra rounds, they've got a huge time bank advantage here. And I don't know, Matsy, you might be getting your wish here. Piggy is rolling out on defense on the Spider-Man after the Double Dino run down here. Brownie looking for a portal here, potentially just to start things off. Maybe get a kidnap. Not sure what they're going to look for here. But, you know, Reject have quite an upper hand here. So maybe going to see something a little unorthodox from them on the back half here.
I mean, they do have to get over here at the ready, right? Piggy is prepared with that one. Can look to take them out of the fight nice and quick. They're ready. They're going for the spawn play. Oh, this is devious. Don't do it to him, Piggy. Surely not. Here we go. They're going to jump into it. Give it a try. Waiting. Here we go. Oh, jumping in. Oh, no. They're locked out. Unlucky for Piggy there. But Joey's going to take advantage of this. They're pushing straight into the mission area.
Yeah, they are going to try to capitalize on it. Again, Loyalty not just going to throw in the towel here. They will play this one out to the very end. So now Reject going to need to rotate back. But meanwhile, Loyalty going to grab at least one tick of progress here, maybe even two. Brownie there on the objective, ready to go with the penny swap for defense here, but already shut down. Gonna get up off of the BRB there, but that's courtesy of Bumyoung over on the Winter Soldier this time around. And yeah, not a bad start here for Loyalty. They repel the Piggy Spider-Man open, and he's already back over onto the Devil Dinosaur, but Reject are picking things right back up here. Lastro's on the Star-Lord here and making some moves. Piggy and Brownie as well, taking out the rest of Loyalty. Already 1 minute away, but they've already got 2 ticks, so they've got a little bit of progress here.
Yeah, they managed to at least to get a slither of progression there, so it's not the worst case scenario, because I mean, if you just need one more tick over the mission area, if they can charge themselves up towards some high impact ultimates there, I think they can break through. You know, they just need to create a bit of distance between themselves and Reject here, just to convert it onto that convoy section. They've got the recipe. It's Jeff, could be a huge part of it, but we'll see how they string it together now as Yaki doesn't give them a chance to charge up anymore. Lastro joining in the fight as well, looking to ignite the battle all over again now. Gambo slowly but surely slips away. Maybe not going to be left in play much longer though, yeah. No stone left unturned there, and they will be able to shut them all down.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much no reason to give Loyalty any quarter here. 2 minutes away now, half of their time gone, and they're still at 2 ticks here. No ults ready to go for them either, so gonna have to rethink the next approach here. Taking the back route here out of the spawn as Necrobe over onto that Jeff. Sticking with it for now here, relying on that and the invis, though there are a couple changes here. Bumyoung over on to the Elsa now, and JC will find one on the invis, catches Brownie by surprise, but he'll be right back with that BRB, courtesy of Seung-hoon, and Lastro now gonna get the ball rolling for Reject. Calling card from Yaki. That deck absolutely stacked here yet again. Some big value for this Black Cat. Piggy will find a KO in the midst of that, and Yaki will get one onto Bumyoung at the end of the ult. A minute 30 left to go, and Reject again, 6 up and 6 down for Loyalty.
They're going to be happy with that for now, Reject, and they're looking to get some more mines in play as well. So, going to see if they can lock this one down. I like the scouting from Yaki again here. They play up height there. We'll be able to watch where they're escaping through their spawn and now looking to elevate themselves accordingly. Piggy and Co, they're just chilling around the choke point here. They're just looking to hold back for the second. Play the tight angles, but Loyalty, they're playing for the high ground here. If Reject can ground them before they elevate, could be perfect. Speaking of, a Spider Sweep coming out right now from Brownie. So, looking to do everything they can here. Their teammates are there to support their endeavors as well. But Loyalty, just having the time clock just drawn out for them.
Yeah, and I mean, a big advantage here. We're coming down quickly to final fight territory. 30 seconds on the clock. Loyalty, though, they're going to rack up with 6 ults here, so they are going to try to make a big play. An ult fiesta there. Necro does find a victim, at least one on the It's Jeff here. A ton of ults all underneath that invisible boundary. There's Gamebo with the Insong Inferno as well here. Gargoyle, though, got the team healed up, and that was a lot of ultimates committed and just no value to be found here. Necro will take out Brownie on the Jeff, but that's all Loyalty's getting out of this. So close to that third and final tick, but painfully short here. Time ticks away, and Reject underneath that Fate of Both Worlds. It does go down, but they are looking clean here. Apex Predator from Boomhyung here. One last save to try and keep things alive, but overtime ticks away, and Reject complete a full hold.
0, 2, 3.
Oh my days, we'll be able to hold it down to the very end there. So, that's a big GG, well played from Reject and Co there. Loyalty gave it their best, but unfortunately not able to get as much as they would have been hoping for out of that one, but still got to give them props for giving it the best that they could. So, MVP going to be last row out of that one. Feeling good, feeling great as Reject skate ahead in a big way. And take a look at the stat line there. 0 casualties for Yaki and Sunwoo out of that one. So, really got to give them the props they deserve for sustaining through the whole battle.
Yeah, 100%. And, you know, I really wanted to point this out. And now that we're looking at the scoreboard here, you can see the roles that the Reject players are running. And there are a couple interesting things here. Lastro picks up the MVP on Star-Lord, though he usually rocks up as a strategist. But the role swaps here for Reject coming in big makes them really hard to pin down because you don't know who is going to be bringing what to the table here. Very much echoing a team like Gen G that we saw over in the OCE group stage, doing much of the same all throughout grand finals, swapping their roles and just showing how deep their skill level runs here. Reject built different here and showing the entirety of the Asia region and all of Marvel Rivals Ignite that they are, in fact, moving a little different this time around. Another solid win for the champs here, and Loyalty again left high and dry, still looking for that first map win.
Wow, okay, so end of the day, we finally get through and we see, you know, Reject, of course, had been a superstar performer so far through the entirety of this year, but the role swaps from Reject, I think, is a really good indicator that, yeah, you can have a lot of flexibility. No strategies can be given away in a matchup like this where you're going up against Loyalty. You don't want any footage to go up against you against opponents that you might struggle against in the future. But here's the thing, though. We haven't seen a team that Reject struggles against in Asia yet. And I will say, after today, I think a team like EXO could be the one to do it, Matsy. But again, the verdict is still out.
Yeah, the verdict's still out. You know, I think that there's still going to be opportunities there for them to, I guess, have that more competitive bout. We've seen a lot of elevation from a team like EXO in stage 1 so far. It's been fantastic to see this resurgence, you know, of EXO's prowess. And I'm hopeful that when we do get to see that series, it's another big test for them.
I think that might be the series of a group stage. I'm not gonna lie, because I don't know what to expect with those two. And it helped me out here before we get our interview, Diatonic. I have EXO and Reject as the two teams so far that have really blown me away in their matchups. But obviously, 6 teams from Asia will be moving forwards to the playoffs. 2 from OCE will be going forwards. Is there another team so far? Again, 2 days in. Have there been any other teams so far that have really blown you away for Asia?
Yeah, you know, they may have taken a loss here tonight, but I think the Burgers, some really good looks here very early on in stage 1. You know, Zero Tenacity, a hard matchup for this team, fresh out of the MRC scene, but very good looks early on, and that spells potential for this team as the days continue on. So they'll have the whole gamut of Asia ahead of them to take down and to do battle with, so plenty to learn and improve on there. But, you know, right out of the gate, a very impressive showing from them. And of course, you know, can't overlook Zero Tenacity. They are definitely going to be in the chase for the top dog spot. Almost no doubt that they're going to go to playoffs. But yeah, I would say the Burgers for me, definitely an early standout.
Okay, yeah, Burgers, I completely agree. I had them as maybe a slow third, but I just don't know what to expect from them just because they're so new. Right. I'm surprised, though, that the stocks on Zero Tenacity have gone down for everybody. I know they didn't perform maybe at their best day one. They looked a lot better today. Will say, though, they were that second place team that surprised a lot of people. Pirates aren't in the picture anymore, so I don't know. I think we're still sleeping on ZT a bit.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I think that even if they had a slow start into day one, you know, there's a reason that this is the group stage. I think in the long run, they're going to be able to build up towards that final presence there. And we saw, you know, a little semblance of it today. I think that coming into their series tomorrow against Reject is going to be a big proving point for Z10 to show, hey guys, we still got it. We'll see how that one plays out.
We're just a few moments out from our interview here, but just looking forwards again because, you know, there's only so many ways for us to say Loyalty they did their best, but Reject just did Reject things. But going forwards, right, I think the big team that I want to look forward to, not just tomorrow, but for the rest of group stage, still has to be XL. I feel like I'm turning into Dan for this for this stage because he's converted me. He's like a parasite, man. He's a 6'7" parasite, but he's my favorite parasite. But Dan was so high on the stocks of XOXO. They came in 4th place overall. I thought they were the team in preseason. They came in 4th place. I thought for sure that they would make a deeper run than that. But I think the XOXO that Dan envisioned from preseason is where they're at now. But as I say that, ring, 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 we have J-Mac, coach of Reject, on the line. How are you, my friend?
Hello. My name is J-Mac. I am coach. I work in coach in Reject.
Well, it's great to meet you, J-Mac. My first question, how would you evaluate your individual performance in this match?
I don't play this map, but so I just pick the one player. I just pick Brownie because Brownie is very best DPS in Asia. So I just happy with play him.
Yeah, Brownie is such a strong player. I love to watch him play. Your players changed roles. Lastro played Star-Lord on map number 2. Why did you change roles so many times?
Just the player pick the joke pick, yeah, because player doesn't want to see.
That's what I said.
Player just doesn't want to see our planning to tomorrow match because Jet is very strong team. Yeah, so we just hiding our plan or just pick the joke pick. Yeah.
Okay, I like it. Nice.
Yeah, and I guess leading into your game tomorrow, how is the team feeling? Are you confident to take on Z10?
Our team don't think about the lose because Reject is best team in Asia. So just no matter what, just don't have many things. Yeah, just we only think of win. Sorry, my English is a bit bad.
No, that's okay.
So J-Mac, your team is the best in the region. There's really no other way of saying it. Do you have anything to say to your fans, the audience right now, as we conclude tonight?
Asia Legion is not famous Legion, not famous league, but some fans keep watching our reject match. So I really want to say thank you for our team, our pen, our pen. Yeah, so so I just want to thank you.
Thank you so much, J-Mac. A pleasure as usual. I'm sure it won't be the last time we interview you here, but thank you so much again, and congratulations on your matchup.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.